Morning, Dr. Shah.
Good morning. How are you? Ellen?
Alhamdulillah, doing great.
Okay. Please write down your name and matrix number on the chat. Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. Welcome to our first class for this trimester. Management Information System, MIS, MGT 7102. Okay, I think I saw some familiar names. I think some of you might be in my class. Is it Nur Hadi? You have been in my class in a different course, right?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, in digital business, is it? The digital business entrepreneurship, is it?
Yes, digital business entrepreneurship. I took the advanced courses first and then baru ambil MIS.
Okay, you took the advanced courses first. Because we don't put prerequisite in MIS, in PBS courses, because otherwise we will short of numbers. Okay, I think we'll begin by introducing ourselves first. So I appreciate if all of you put on your videos so we can know each other. Okay, I will introduce myself first. I am Dr. Ahmad Shahruddin. The TS stands for technologies. Technologist Dr. Ahmad Shahruddin Abdul Latif. So I've been with Putra Business School since 2018. Before that, I was with University Malaysia Kelantan. And then my academic career began in actually 2014. Before that, I was an entrepreneur. I ran my own software company since 2002. Before that, I started working in 1988 in the corporate sector. So I was involved. I was a manager. Manager, my highest position was a financial controller. I was involved in I was working with several listed companies and also banks. I was involved in opening up of banks in Albania, Ghana, Guinea, and also some other local companies. And then I moved on to run my own businesses in 2002. I was a government contractor. I was a contractor for information technology, IT, or IT services for the government. Until 2014, I do up my PhD, and then I become an academician in University Malaysia Kelantan before I joined UPM or Putra Business School in 2018. Okay, that is some background of me. I have to basically I've been an entrepreneur. I was a financial manager, and I am a technical person. My PhD is in information technology. My area is I knowledge models. I model knowledge. Yeah, I model knowledge for use in artificial intelligence systems, or AI. Okay. This course is about management information system. So it is an old course actually since 1970s. Managers have started to uh, do reporting. Before 1970s, the reporting were manual, and then in 70s, with the advent of computers, the reportings were done computerized, and then come on, and then in 1980s towards the management information system expanded towards ERP. We have ERP, enterprise resource planning, and then we have customer relationship management system, supply chain management system. uh, until today, this is 2021, MIS is still relevant, and that it included newer technologies like artificial intelligence. We have RFID to support the uh, supply chain management system. We have we have semantic technology, and then we have sentiment analysis to support the social media, which is in a way supporting the customer relationship management system. So in any part of management, there should be management information system. So management information system is the information systems that are used by managers, which are used by managers. It provides reporting system, and then it provides analysis, analyticals, and then uh, today we have business intelligence and also data mining, business analytics, and so on. So this topic today that we were taking today, the MIS will cover all those management information system and its technologies. But although it is not deep in depth, but it is breadth. Yeah, it is breadth. So meaning that it is wide. So you will learn everything just a little bit, so that we will cover everything that you should know as a manager in today's work. Because today IT is getting more prominent and more prominent. So you should know everything, but also although that might not be too that being managers. But we have other courses like digital business and entrepreneurship, which concentrate on entrepreneurship and digital businesses, and then we have business intelligence that covers data mining and analytics, and we have knowledge management, which look into artificial intelligence and knowledge management. Okay, I think that's for me. That's about me, and then maybe you can introduce yourself. Begin with Mr. Alan Fan.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Fan Wai Ling. You can call me Alan Fan. So I'm graduate from UPM Bioagri Engineering in the year 2002. So after that, I joined as a production engineer in Hualon Corporation. Now I think acquired by an Indian company called Econ for 1.5 years. Then I moved to manufacturing, become a sales engineer, 2004, and promoted as sales manager in the year 2007. But I left the company in the same year, 2007, and joined Hager Group, become a regional manager. So 2010, I founded my own manufacturing company, which is a composite profile engineering manufacturing until now. I enrolled MBA because MCO 1.0 free. So now actually huru hara already.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Mr. Alan Fan. Mr. Muhammad Nur Hadi.
Hi, hello, good morning, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Nur Hadi. I graduated from University of Technology Mara in law. Previously, I've been working in business development for several education company, an NGO, and now I'm with my own law firm. I've enrolled in PBS since 2019, but ever since NGO last year, I've took 2 semester break, so that's why I'm still here. All right. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Lam Yu Hong.
Yes, good morning, everyone. So I'm graduated from UUM since 2009, and then I joined the manufacturing company, electric electrical and electronic company since 2011 and until now. So that's a little bit about my background. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Nur Aiman.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. My name is Nur Aiman Adaha. Can call me Aiman. I'm graduated from University of Science of Malaysia since 2018. So now I'm working at Permanent Government Bachelor Grad as finance executive. So that's all about myself.
Mr. Ahmad Miraj.
Yeah, hi, morning. So my name is Ahmed Miraj, and I have done bachelor's in computer science, and I graduated in 2030, and currently working as a senior software engineer in Maxis. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
What field are you? What discipline do you come from? Your degree?
Degree in bachelor science, computer science.
Bachelor of Science, majoring in
Majoring in computer science.
computer science. Okay, very
Yeah.
good. Okay. Madura, Miss Madura Siva.
Hello. Hi, morning everyone. Morning, Professor. Yes, my name is Madura, and I am a law grad, and I'm currently working as a legal advisor at Decathlon Malaysia.
Okay, thank you. Miss Pritika.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I am Pritika. I'm actually graduated from UPM as in accountancy, and I'm current in 2018, and I'm currently working in the construction industry as a finance executive.
Okay. Mr. Nicholas Liu.
Good morning, everyone. I graduated as a chemical engineer in Taylor's University, and I'm currently working with Huawei as a network design engineer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Yan Ding.
Hi, my name is Yan Ding, and I graduated from Taylor University as a chemical engineer as well, St. Nicholas. And currently, I'm not working to my profession. I'm working with my family business. Yeah, that's all for me.
Okay, Miss Zaidatul.
Hi, good morning. Assalamualaikum all. I am Zaidatul Nizma. I'm graduated from UiTM in corporate administration. So I'm currently staying in Johor Bahru and working in Iskandar Investment Berhad. That's all for me.
Okay, Mr. Rizky.
Assalamualaikum. I'm Rizky. I graduated from University Technology Petronas with petroleum geoscience, majoring in exploration geophysics degree. Graduated actually in 2019, and I started enrolling to PBS Masters in Marketing actually in late 2020. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm also taking a business information system analytics actually.
Yes, also taking
business intelligence analytics. Yeah.
Okay, you should be in my class tomorrow. Okay, Miss Shalini.
Hi, good morning, Prof. Good morning, everyone. I have a degree in biotechnology. So my majoring basically is on microbiology. So I enrolled for MBA last year. So basically this is my third semester, and currently I'm working with a healthcare company as a quality assurance specialist.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Miss Natasha.
Hi, my name is Natasha. Graduated from UPM, Bachelor Computer Science. Currently working in CMB Bank.
Okay, thank you. Miss Salwani. You are mute. Okay.
Okay, sorry. Okay, assalamualaikum and good morning, Prof, and all my friends here. My name is Sonia Hassan. You can call me Wani or Kak Wani. graduated from with business administration from UPM 20 years ago. Since graduated till now, I have working with 4 various nature of business lines such as IT, Hewlett-Packard, electrical, Flextronics, automotive, Proton, and right now working in banking line in BSN attached to IT governance. Thank you, bro.
Miss Aisyah Ghaffar.
Assalamualaikum, Doctor. My name is Siti Aisyah. You can call me Aisyah. I graduated from University Technology Petronas in Business Information System, and currently I'm working in HR in BAE System Applied Intelligence.
Thank you. Husniatul Amani.
Hi, good morning. My name is Husni. I graduated from UNKL in Business Management, and now I'm working in Logistics Department, Eklang. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Nur Zahra.
Morning, everyone. My name is Nur Zahra Zulkifli. So I've graduated in Bachelor of Law from International Islamic University Malaysia. So currently I'm the in-house legal counsel for one of the retail company in Malaysia. Thank you.
Okay, very good. And Ms. Nurul Nabila.
Assalamualaikum. Very good morning, everyone. My name is Nurul Nabila. I'm graduated as Bachelor in Accountancy. I'm currently working as internal auditor in the RB Haikam Berhad.
Okay. Mr. Fadli Nafis.
Assalamualaikum, Doctor, and hi everyone. I'm Fadli Nafis. You can call me Fadli. My bachelor degree in mechanical engineering. Now currently working with Tenaga Nasional Berhad, MD.
Okay. Mr. Lalit.
Morning, everyone. My name is Lalit Prasad. You call me Lalit. I'm a fresh grad from University Tenaga Nasional. I did my major in electrical power engineering.
Okay, thank you very much. Fatin Zafira.
Hi, Assalamualaikum, Doctor and my fellow friends. My name is Fatin Zafira Binti Haizat. I graduated from UTM in 2014, currently working as an architect in Berjaya Land.
Okay. Mr. Adri Nasir.
Assalamualaikum, best of morning to all. I'm Adri. I graduated with BCom majoring in actuarial studies from the University of Melbourne. Currently working in a French company in their media accounts department while also running a small landscaping business in KL. Nice to meet you guys.
Okay, Miss Dirashini. Miss Dirashini, please introduce yourself. You're mute. Okay.
Hi, I'm Darshni. I graduated from Lim Kok Wing in Human Resource Management. I was previously working in HR. It's been 2 months. I resigned. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so there is one more student coming in. Okay, but after this we will go through the Mr. Abu Bakar. You want to introduce yourself? Okay.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, please. Please introduce yourself. We are introducing our okay. We just go on. Okay. I will go through first the topics that will cover. I mean, the course learning outcome. Okay, you're provided. I think you're provided with the open learning system. In the open learning system, we have. I'll share my screen first. Okay. Okay. This is the open learning system for this course. Provided here is the course information. Yeah, course information. Okay, the goal of this course or learning outcome for this course is so that at the end of the course, students should be able to recommend innovative and suitable information system solutions for organizational decision making. And then number two is you should be able to appraise the impact of management information system for organizational competitive strategies. Number three is you should be able to organize and exchange information using digital platform. So there are three outcomes. So from this learning outcome, outcome number one will be provided through your examination, through your quizzes, and through your assignment, group assignment. Number two will be also in your group assignment, your quizzes, and your examination. Number three will be in your individual assignment. Yeah, you will meet up your individual. You will meet up this course learning outcome through your individual assignment and your examination. Okay. We'll in the announcement. I provide to you the link for this class. So it's the same link. It is a recurring link. So every time we have class, it is the same link. Yeah. And then in the course feed, you can put anything that you want to share with your peers, your colleagues, your students, peer students. And then in the learning activities, I provide the why you should learn for this course, why learn MIS, and then about this course, and then you would also have the CRO for this course, the CROs for this course. Okay, the course learning outcome, like I mentioned to you, it should be able to recommend innovative and suitable information system solutions for organizational decision making. So we should learn what is organizational decision making about, and then how do you recommend innovative and suitable information system solutions. Number two, you should be able to understand what is organizational competitive strategies, and then how do you appraise the impact of MIS on the organizational competitive strategies. Number three is you need to know what are the digital platforms available currently, and then how do you organize and exchange information using digital platform. There for this is an effective learning outcome. So there is a task to do hands-on. So in terms of CLO number one, these are the topics that will be covered. Your topic number one will be on management decision making. What are the information systems, the organizations and information systems, the relationship between organization and the information systems, and then what are the information technology infrastructure, and then we'll learn about database information management. Within this, we will also talk about, discuss about business intelligence, and then we'll go through networking and internet, and also World Wide Web. So what are the difference between networking and internet? And then we will show also appraise the impact of management information system. Yeah, these are the courses, and these are the topics on organizational competitive strategy. How do you apply organizational competitive strategy? And then the systems that support organizational competitive strategies, such as the enterprise systems or enterprise resource planning system, supply chain management system, customer relationship management system, and the electronic commerce. And then for the CRO number three, we'll talk about data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. And then we'll move on into knowledge management system and intelligence systems, and then collaborative tools and social media. And then we'll talk about information security and ethical and social issues in information system. Okay, this is where your courses your topics lead to the CLO, and then the CLO lead towards your program learning outcome. So we have this course outlines here on the topics, and then move on to your continuous and final assessment. For this course, in order to derive to your 100% marks for at the end, you have quizzes. We have 3 quizzes for this. You have 8 classes. but we exclude one for your presentation. So your presentation should be in the presentation day should be on 31st of July. Yeah, 31st of July. So your last class prior to your presentation is on the 17th. So you should submit your assignment on the 17th or 19th. The assignment. And then during this seven classes, we will have 3 quizzes. All quizzes have 10 marks, but we will average out to get back 10 marks, yeah, of the 3 quizzes. And then you have your individual assignment carries 30% marks. Your individual assignment is 30% marks because that is a requirement for the Chartered Management Institute of UK, CMI required. CMI will be looking at your individual assignment. That's why they need to be 30%. And then for group assignment you have 20% marks. And then we have group presentation of 10% marks. And then the group presentation is individually marked, meaning that everybody needs to present. Your marks are individual. And then your final examination is only 30%. Okay, so this is where you can upload your quizzes. It will be 3 quizzes. You should upload it at the end of this course, before the end of the course, so together all 3 in one document. Yeah, I'll explain about quizzes later. Okay, move on to your individual assignment. Your individual assignment is ties up to your CLO number 3. CLO number 3, also PLO number 3. PLO number 3 is for you to be able to, it's not provided here. PLO number 3 is your program learning outcome. In order to get your degree, you need to achieve the program learning outcome. Yeah, the program learning outcome for you for MBA is to be able to exchange knowledge using digital platform. So it ties up to the CLO number 3. CLO number 3 is to be able to organize and exchange information using digital platform. So to achieve that, we provide this individual assignment, which will be marked by the CMI. You will visit a website of your choice. You can pick a website, any website, but it is best that you get a poorly developed or poorly designed website. So explore it thoroughly, and then you need to identify the business value of the website. Okay, the business value of the website. Okay, what is a business value? Let us talk about business value. Ellen Fan, you have been in business. What is a business value?
My business value is mainly customer first.
Okay, that is a mantra. Okay, business value is something like this. What is the value that your business provide to the customer? Meaning that, for example, okay, how do you look at value? Okay, we have a bottle of mineral water. Okay, a bottle of mineral water has a price. Price is not value. It can be 2 ringgit, 3 ringgit, 1 ringgit. That is called price. But you need that water to quench your thirst. That is the value. That is the value. The value is the amount that this is something. The value is something that your customer are willing to depart with their asset. They're willing to depart with their asset in order to get that value.
In this case, is my consider our customer orientation, the service and the quality and assurance to the client.
Yes.
That's why I think among the competitors, we are one of the preference from the client because of our service and our quality, and also the delivery, the amount of the, how to say that, the quality lah.
Yeah.
Maintain the quality.
Okay. For example, if you are willing to buy a ticket an airline ticket. Why do you need to buy an airline ticket? Because the airline will be able to transport you from point A to point B. If they are not able to transport you from point A to point B, then there is no value. You can pay a price, but they didn't deliver the value. That is a value. Meaning what should you get in return to what the customers are paying for? What are they get in return? So you need to, for this website, you need to identify the business value of the website to the business. The business spend money to develop the website. What is the business value of the website to the business of the organization? So the organization has a business to do. So what is the business value of the website to the business? You identify it. And then based on the value, it is supposed to provide appraise the various functions. Okay, in order to achieve the value, there should be some functions. For example, if the value is to provide marketing, the function it should be able to display the product, for example, or put down the list of product pricing, like this, and then and so on. Reviews about the product, for example. So these are the various functions that provided by the website that should be supportive of the business value. And then if they don't fulfill some of these functions, or they don't meet up to some of the values, you need to identify its design shortcoming. Yeah, the design shortcoming that failed to function as per the business value. Okay, from the shortcomings identified, from the appraisal of the website, propose a new website. You need to propose a new website to attend to the shortcomings. So you design a new website, but this new website need not be really identified. Your focus is on the function and the value, not on the name or images or graphics of the website. Yeah, your focus is on the function and business value. So it may be if the website that you study is IKEA, for example, you don't have to put in IKEA. You can put some other names. Yeah, don't use the same name. So you will create a new website using WordPress or Wix or any other suitable CMS platform. You can use Joomla, you can use Drupal, you can use anything. Or you can also, if you are a techie person, you can also design your own if you want to. And then based on the earlier website and improve it based on the shortcomings that you have identified. Okay, I provided some videos for you on Wix. There is a Wix tutorial here. And then there is also a WordPress tutorial, step by step, how you can design your website. So and then you prepare a report. Your report should have a cover page, table of content, executive summary, background information of the website, the value, the business value of the website to the firm, the function that the website performed in the business, the shortcomings of the earlier website, screenshots of the earlier website selected to point out the shortcomings, and then new recommendations of your new website, advantages of your new website, yeah, in comparison to the shortcomings, and then you just need a screenshot of minimum 4 pages of the new website, and then your conclusion, the recommendation. Okay, number of words is 2,500 to 3,000. This is the font size. You need to have citation. The assessment marks is 30%. Submission date is 19th July. The 19th July is same as the Monday class, but we can renegotiate later. Maybe you can send it on 24th July for your class because you are a Saturday class. But this is because this at open learning you share the same content with the Monday class. Okay. Any question on your individual assignment? Yes, Fadli.
No, Doctor. Nothing.
No, yeah, no question. Anybody want to ask anything? Alan, anything?
Yes. So I need to be turned in or not?
Come again?
To send it to turn it in or not?
No need. This one you don't need to send it to Turnitin because it is your own site anyway.
Okay, thank you.
Because this is you develop your own site, so there is no need to do anything. Okay, unless but try not to copy lah. So because I trust you lah. So it make your job easier. Any other question? Zaidatul, Rizky, okay, Pritika, Nur Hadi, okay, okay, so we move.
Okay, dog. Okay.
Okay, okay. So I think everybody can do this. It is guided. There is a video. And then you can get back to me, and then perhaps one of these days when it is free, you can just go through how to develop a website. But anyway, it's not that difficult because you can use this Wix tutorial and WordPress tutorial. You can just do it step by step. The main point is actually to identify what is the business value of the website. You need to run to conduct to run the transaction. Run the transaction like you need a card, you need catalog, and so on. So what are the value, and then for the business value, what are the function that they should that should be there? Because you pay you don't look into a very good website. You find websites that doesn't meet to their value. They're supposed to have a value and it doesn't meet. You look into poor website so that it's easier for you to do your work. Okay, now we move into your group assignment. Okay. Group assignment. There are 26 of you. 26 of you. Okay, the group assignment is to be done in a group, minimum 3 students, maximum 5 students. Yeah. So each group have to select one of the case below, meaning that you cannot be there cannot be two groups doing the same case. Yeah, it should be first come first serve, or you negotiate within you. You can create a WhatsApp among your class, and then you pick up the case study that you want to use for your group. Yeah, you want to start selected by your group. There are 5 case studies, so it is a case study. Okay, I'll go through case study, these case studies one by one. So then, okay. The first case study is about a hotel. Okay, there is a group of hotels, we call it M hotel groups, which comprise of 20 hotels, of which 14 of the hotels are located in Malaysia, within Malaysia, and balance 6 overseas. And then the oldest hotel was opened in 1946. So it is a pretty old hotel, and the flagship hotel began its operation in 1956. So the hotels are categorized into 3 different groups: the premier, which are 5-star; resort, which are 4-star; and the inn, 3-star. In the premium, there are 7 hotels, including 4 overseas, so 3 locals, and then resort, 6 hotels, including 2 overseas, and then in 7 hotels, all are local. So the hotels in the group they have similar front office system. Front office system is the system that when you walk into the hotel and want to check in, the system that they use up front. Okay, this is linked to the back end accounting system, the back end system, and then also this housekeeping system. So when you check in, so all units in the hotel should know that you have checked in, so they can update you with the guest supplies. The maintenance know that you are in the room, and so on. So it's network within the hotel, but it is network within other hotels. So the front office system are not networked with other hotels. There are 20 hotels. Okay, so the previous hotel bookings were handled separately by. Okay, one thing about this front office system is also handle the reservation. Yeah, when you do reservation, it's put up in the front office system. So when you come into the hotel to check in, they will be able to check your name based on the reservation list. So previously the hotel bookings were handled separately by each hotel, although there were customers who made booking from one hotel for another hotel, meaning that they have checked from Kuching, for example, they want to book hotel in Kuala Lumpur, they can get the help of the front office system, and then they will make the booking, but it was just a matter of courtesy. There was no advantage of giving to the customer. They are not linked actually. They just call and then this is your customer and so on, and then want to make a booking. They just do it out of favor. So international bookings were handled by a hotel in the group located in Singapore, which in turn advised the other hotels of the booking. So with currently there is this internet-based hotel booking services like Trivago, Bookings, and others. So each of the hotels obtain their booking separately through the different hotel booking services. So they don't go through a same channel, but all these hotels deal that separately. So several hotel managers of the group suggested that the hotel install a customer relationship management system so that they can organize together and then they can integrate their marketing effort. They can monitor the sales collectively and then provide some loyalty services for all hotels within the group so that customers can move from hotels to hotels instead of moving away to another hotel group because there are 20 of them. So in the meantime, the board of directors also, you should know by now that there are three tiers. There are three tiers of management. There are operational level, technical level or middle level management, and top level management. The top level management, which are the board of directors, had planned to build several motorist hotels. Yeah, we call it motels. These motorist hotels are to be located at the R&R area, rest and relax area, along the north-south highway. So you are tasked to include the motels in your recommendation. So you are given the task to prepare a proposal to the board of directors. So your proposal you should recommend the implementation of an integrated customer relationship management system for all hotels in the group. And then what are the CRM? And then why do you want to recommend the CRM to the hotels? What are the issues that they will solve? And then number two, you should explain how the CRM system can improve operational process and decision making of the hotel management. Yeah, operational processes and decision making of the hotel management covers the operational management and the technical level management. Yeah, and then you should also explain to the board of directors number three. Yeah, the impact of CRM, the competitive advantage of the chain of hotels. Yeah, meaning that that is the top level management decision. How does the CRM can provide competitive advantage? Competitive advantage and decision making are different things. So this has been asked every time the student come back to me ask, what is the difference between decision making and competitive advantages? They are two different things. Yeah, competitive advantage, decision making is how do you make decision. Operational processes is how do you process your operation. Competitive advantage is how are you competitive? How do you how advantageous are you in your competition with the other hotels in other group of hotels? So this is three different points. Yeah. So you need to prepare this proposal. Okay. Any question on case number one? Everybody okay? On task number one, we move on case number two. Okay, you need to pick one out of these five. Okay, case number two is a shipbuilding and ship repair company which operates two shipyards in the country. Okay, one shipyard is in Pulau Jeddah, the other is in Lumut. Okay, the shipyard in Pulau Jeddah are involved in the activity of shipbuilding, ship repair, and construction of oil and gas offshore platform. You know that except for I think in Malaysia, most of the oil and gas platform are offshore. And then amongst the past project of the shipyard include construction of tugboats for the local port authority. You know, tugboats, boats that pulls the ship to the anchorage. And then they also do repair of vessels at the Penang North Anchorage. And then construction of offshore platform, topsides, jackets for Petronas, Shell, and others. So part of the works could be done using part of the work of the ship repair could be done using floating dock at the shipyard. The floating dock is a dock that it's like a ship, so it moves below the ship and then it floats so that you can repair the hull. So another shipyard, which is in Lumut, concentrates on shipbuilding and ship repairs only. The past project of the shipyard include construction and repair of naval and petrol vessels for the Navy, Police, and Maritime Authority. This shipyard has dry dock, so it has like a truck pull out uh, the vessel to the on land, and then they can repair the hull. There is another type of dry dock where the vessel comes in and then it dry out the water, like you see in Hyundai in Korea. So the jobs undertaken by each of the shipyards require proper and accurate planning and monitoring because the materials procured for different tasks are very costly, yet they are very particular for each job. So manpowers are highly skilled and particular for each kind of vessel. And then, for example, there are vessels that carry combustible materials which we cannot use torch uh, to do welding. And then at the same time, the anchorage cost is also very high. Anchorage is the like parking at the certain part. So you can location at the sea. So it's like a parking cost. So it's very high. It's very high, and then require properly scheduled tasks so that to avoid additional expenses. Vessels under repair need to continuously run their engine during anchorage. Otherwise, it will have problem with the engine. The shipyard manager suggested that these two shipyards install an enterprise resource planning system so that they can seamlessly manage the resources of the two shipyards. In the meantime, the majority shareholder or parent of the company has acquired a shipbuilding company in Australia that focuses on construction of yachts and large boat using aluminium hulls. So you are tasked to include the Australian shipyard in your recommendation. So you are given the task to prepare a proposal. Same like the case one, you need to prepare a proposal to recommend the implementation of this round. It is an integrated enterprise resource planning system, ERP system, for the two shipyards, including the new Australian company. The proposal should explain how this ERP system could improve the operational process and decision making of the shipyard. And also number three is the impact of the ERP on the competitive advantages of the shipyard. Okay, any question on number two? Case number two? Okay, we move on case number three. Case number three is on a bank, AI Bank, which has 110 branches nationwide. The bank started with conventional banking products and commenced Islamic banking products in 2016. From then on, the bank continued to produce diverse Islamic banking products, adopting different Sharia banking concepts. You know, this Sharia banking concept, is related to the each product relates to the banking concept that they adopted. So Wadi'ah and Mudarabah are two different concepts. So maybe you have a deposit accounts, but deposit accounts with Wadi'ah and deposit accounts with Mudarabah are two different systems because Wadi'ah does not provide profit sharing, but Mudarabah provide profit sharing. And then we have Murabaha, Tawaru, Musyarakah, Mutanifisa, all these housing loans, and then Istisna and Salam. So this terminology and concept adopted by these banking products had not only confused the customers, but also the banking staff. Because most of the banking staff came from conventional banks, which are more familiar with conventional banking products. So it is not easy for them to explain to the customers on the different banking products on the bank. So these several branch managers suggested that they need a knowledge management system to facilitate staff and customers in understanding the banking product. The system should be helpful for the product development team in designing the Islamic banking product. And then also in the meantime, top level managers see that there are technologies such as cashless payment system like Boost, GrabPay, Alipay are prevailing among the retail markets, so attracting the customers. So you are tasked to include the integration of new financial technology products as well into your recommendation. So you need to prepare a proposal to the board of directors to recommend the implementation of a knowledge management system for the banks and explain how this KM system could improve operational process and decision making of the product of the bank, and then should also explain to the board of directors the impact of the knowledge management system on the competitive advantages of the bank. Okay, that is case number 3. Any question on case number 3? Okay, move on to case number 4. Case number 4 is K Textiles, which is a textile manufacturing company which has 2 subsidiaries, K Spinning and K Weaving, both located in Kamunting, Perak. K Spinning is involved in production of yarns. They import natural fiber, cotton, and synthetic fiber, which is polyester in form of bales, and the bales are clean and then undergo spinning process to produce grey yarn. Okay, some of the grey yarn are bleached and dyed, while others are being transported to the K weaving factory. At the K weaving factory, the grey yarns will undergo weaving process to become fabrics, and then the weaving factory have done away with shuttle weaving machines and then move into usage of air and water looms. So the fabrics produced at the weaving factory are bleached before undergoing dyeing or printing. And then at times there are short supply of fibers and other raw materials such as bleaches and dyes, and at times there are excess of raw materials in the store. So there are also incidences of finished products kept for longer period in the finished goods store. Yeah, so this is affecting the production process and the cash flow of the company. So currently the company adopts the push-based supply chain model. So several heads of departments of the company suggested the implementation of a supply chain management system to plan and monitor their supply chain. In the meantime, several directors of the company suggested that why don't we include RFID, collaborative robots or cobots, Internet of Things, to monitor the raw materials and stock movement. So you are tasked to include them in your recommendation. So you need to prepare a proposal. Your group needs to prepare a proposal to recommend the implementation of the supply chain management system and also adoption of new technologies for the textile company. You should also explain how this SCM system could improve operational process and decision making of the company. And number 3, what is the impact of this SCM system on the competitive advantages of the company? Yeah. Okay, that is case number 4. Any question on case number 4? Okay, we move on into case number 5. Case number 5 is about S Food Industries, which is a confectionery manufacturing company that produce chips, snacks, sweets, candies located in Malacca. So they used to have to produce over 100 variety of products, and then later they reduced the products to 80 products only, so about 80 products only, based on the profitability of the product. You know that there is a contribution margin. From the contribution margin, they look at those that with my negative or low contribution margin, they drop the products, retain only the products which are profitable or positive contribution margin. The products are marketed through wholesalers who will in turn sell them to retailers throughout the country. Some of these products are seasonal, for example, Hari Raya, and then we have Christmas sticks and so on, while others are produced constantly throughout the year. So the demand of each product fluctuates, which causes volatility with respect to their contribution margin. So the hugely diverse range of products has tied up the company's fund into raw material and also finished goods stock, and affecting their cash flow. As the products are diverse, the raw materials and semi-finished goods are diverse as well. Just by keeping a small volume of each of them will tie up a huge amount of fund and requires a substantially large storage space and storage size. So they need to maintain the production of only fast-moving and profit-making products. The company needs to phase out the non-contributing products and effectively plan the production of seasonal products. So several managers suggested that you implement a business analytics system to assist in their decision making. And then in the meantime, a few directors of the company brought up the idea of using big data in your analytics. Yeah, so you are given the task to prepare a proposal. In your proposal, you should recommend the implementation of a business analytics system for the confectionery manufacturing company. And then you should also explain how this BA system could improve the operational process and decision making of the company, and also explain what is the impact of this business analytics system on the competitive advantages of the company. Okay, these are the five the case study number 5. Any question on this? Okay, no question. So those are the 5. So you are supposed you are to write your group. You should build a group of between minimum 3, maximum 5. To write a formal proposal on the acquisition of the respective system to the board of directors. So you should have this cover page, table of content, executive summary, background information, objectives of the task, present issues and problems of the given task, how the system should provide the solution, how the system could improve the operational process and decision making, impact of the system on the competitive advantages of the company, conclusion, recommendation, references, and appendices. The number of words, minimum 2,500, maximum 3,500. This one you need to do a Turnitin. Yeah, you need to do Turnitin. Maximum 20% and minimum 20. Maximum 20%. And then you need to do citation based on APA style. The marks is 20%. Submission same on the 19th of July. So you will have to upload your file in PDF format here. So only one group, one person per group upload. You don't, not everyone, not all members of the group, just one. Okay, that is your group assignment. Okay, I think most of you have access to this open learning system. Those who are registered will have access to the open learning system. Yeah, okay. These are the students who have registered. So the students should have access to the open learning system, so you should be able to see your assignment. So, okay, any question on the assignment? Any question on the assignment? No, so
just to clarify.
Yeah. Yes,
so each group will take one case study, right?
Yes, each group will take one case study, and then there should be no similar case studies, meaning that there should be no two groups that have same case study. You have to pick. You can do, because previously we have dice only roll out some paper with some numbers, but you will not be able to do so because of this. You don't meet physically. Maybe you can do just first come first serve, or you decide among your group. You have all managers. You should be able to do that. So you have to the membership of the group is up to you. You can group among yourself, and then you pick up one case study. Are you able to pick, or you can also use the breakup room to break up the groups, and then also the case study can also be done.
think we can find on our own, Prof.
Okay, you can find on your own. You'll select one, you select your group members, and then you'll select the case study that you want. There are 5 of the case studies, so 5 cases, so you can pick up any one of it. But it's the same task to be done, but the system that you'll be working on will be different. We have ERP, we have knowledge management system, supply chain management system, customer relationship management system, yeah, and then also business analytics.
Thank you, Dr.
Okay. I think, okay, we will take a break for 15 minutes and then we'll come back for topic number 1. Yeah, so we'll take a break of 15 minutes. And now we're now in time for 58, so it's 10. We'll come back at 10:15. Okay. Okay. Can we continue? Okay. We'll start with the video. This is my video.
Despite our best efforts, humans are innately poor decision makers. We tend to go with our gut. Sometimes we get lucky. Oftentimes, we don't. The truth is, we are naturally wired to avoid risk. It's just baked into our DNA. For the earliest humans, making assumptions about the world around them and trying to avoid danger was a matter of life and death. Today, the world has changed exponentially, but our inherent wiring hasn't. In fact, psychologists have seen that humans experience a large number of cognitive biases that affect our ability to navigate the complicated world around us. We still have a tremendous tendency toward risk aversion, focusing on the pain of potential losses far more than the benefits of potential gains. NFL coaches, for example, often choose to kick a field goal rather than the riskier option of trying for a 4th down conversion, even though statistically the benefits of going for it could greatly increase their chances of winning the game. Sometimes our inflated confidence impairs our judgment. Studies have shown that misspellings are a common example of overconfidence. Confirmation bias is the tendency to interpret information in a way that confirms our existing beliefs or hypotheses. Anchoring is another bias that occurs when individuals lock on to an initial piece of information to make subsequent judgments. Finding a great deal can be very motivating until there's additional information to consider. So, in today's world of highly accessible information, how can we limit the pitfalls of human biases? The answer is science. Sound scientific methodology, in combination with modern computing power, can reduce the limitations of conventional wisdom and bring forth extraordinary results. Like in 1997, when Deep Blue famously outplayed world chess champion Garry Kasparov. Today, everyone has that same computing power and data access in the palm of their hand. Now, that's a game changer. Think about it. If you can design models to analyze and understand the pools of data and variables in your business decisions with a clearly defined and measurable objective, your chances of making better, more impactful decisions are considerably higher. When we recognize our biases, perhaps humans aren't such poor decision makers after all. We just need a little help from science and technology. Let your data speak.
Okay, that's the video for today. So I'll share my screen. Hold on. Okay, the okay, this slide is actually there's not much content in the slide, so most of the content are in the open learning. The slide is just for to guide me in my deliberation. Okay, begin with the first topic, management decision making. So, like we have seen in the video, managers' role is to make decisions. So, at all levels, managers need to make good decisions, and then poor decision making will eventually lead towards will affect the organization badly. So, there are three tiers of decision making. The operational managers make routine decision making or routine operational decisions. So routine operational decisions is the decisions that you make daily. So it is routinely. So it is repeatedly, and then could easily be automated because it's the same thing goes every day. And then there is another level, we call it middle level management. Middle level management make tactical decisions or functional decisions, yeah, according to their functions. So we have HR managers make tactical financial HR decisions, finance, production, sales, and so forth. And the top level management make decisions on the organizational goals. So these are the three tiers of decisions. The top level management are usually deals with unstructured decisions, unstructured problems. They cater to unstructured problems. They have unstructured decisions to make. So these are the three levels of decision making. So we have operational or junior management. They do day-to-day decision making, and then they make day-to-day decisions. It is simple, routine. And for example, branch managers of a bank, hotel managers. It is a routine operation. Yeah, routine things that you do every day. So decisions are routine. There are rules. There are existingly rules or SOP that you need to comply with. And then higher than that, we have tactical management or middle level management, or we also call functional level. So they have more the routine, but it's still less complex. Medium term, meaning it can go from say 1 year to 3 years, for example. And then how to achieve is about how to achieve the policy. Example, so the policy has been set up by the strategic level, which is the top level management. It is non-routine, very complex, and usually long term, 3 years and beyond. And then it is they are usually policy decisions. So these are three levels of managers as decision makers. So based on these three types of decisions they come from three types of problems. There are three types of problems. We have semi-structured problem, we have unstructured problem, we have structured problems. Structured problems which are routine and then could be easily structured because there are rules to decide on the decision. For example, whether to approve or not a withdrawal, a bank withdrawal. For example, you have a depositor. This depositor have 1,000 ringgit in your account, and then they want to withdraw 900 ringgit. So it is a structured problem. You can easily structure them. 1,000 ringgit deposit, and then they want to withdraw 900 ringgit deposit. So, and then you have rule. The rule says that if the withdrawal is less than the amount in the accounts, so it could be approved. So that is a rule. So structured problem can have structured decisions. So the decisions is easy. So if they have 1,000 ringgit in their accounts, and then they want to withdraw 900 ringgit, so it should be approved based on the rule. The rule is the withdrawal should be lesser or equal to the total amounts in the account, right? So it is approved. Okay. And then we have unstructured decision. Unstructured decision say you want to invest into a new company. You want to invest into a new company. And you want to buy over a new company, and then there is the current owners of the company provide a premium. For example, $1.20 instead of RM1 par, they sell you at $1.20 for a total amount of 1 million shares, for example. So it is an unstructured decision or an unstructured problem. The problem is unstructured. You need to need to do an unstructured decision. Yes, you can do financial analysis. So you need to convert this unstructured problem to structured problem in order to make decisions. Yeah, unstructured problem need to convert it into unstructured to structured problem before you can make structured decision. Yeah. So these are unstructured decisions for unstructured problems. And then you have semi-structured decisions for semi-structured problems. For example, you want the semi-structured problem for semi-structured decision. For example, the deposit, you have a deposit, the customer have a deposit of 1,000 ringgit. They want to transfer a TT of telegraphic transfer of 1,000 ringgit. Why is it in a semi-structured problem? Is it a structured problem or a semi-structured problem? They want to withdraw and transfer via telegraphic transfer 1,000 ringgit when the account in the bank only have 1,000 ringgit exact. Can it be approved?
In my opinion, can, but they will charge extra for the TT as well. So the balance will not be enough.
Then?
So they have to. I'm not sure, but they might require overdraft, or maybe the TT will not happen.
Then
they need to find other solution.
So if they say debit to the account, approve or not approve?
Might not be approved.
Might not be approved. Okay, this is a semi-structured decision. If you are the branch manager, do you approve or not approve? Not approve. Okay, Nur Aiman, do you approve or not approve? Yes?
Not approved.
Not approved. Let's see. Zaidatul? Anybody work in a bank? Anybody here works in a bank?
Yes, me.
Who was it? Okay.
Natasha.
Natasha, okay. Do you approve or not approve?
Debit from account balance 1,000, right?
Yes.
If the transaction is 1,000, there is a minimum amount that need to stay in the account. In CMB, it's 20 ringgit. So if the amount is 1,000 and the balance is 1,000, it's not approved. But if let's say the balance is 1,020 ringgit, then approved. But must be debit account, cannot be transferred via cash. Yep, using debit account.
Using debit account. Using debit must be debit account. Okay.
Must be debit account. Yep.
Okay. Okay. It is a semi-structured decision actually. Semi-structured problem for the semi-structured decision. Okay. How do you look at it? Usually the bank, are you a conventional banker or a Islamic banker, Natasha?
Both.
Both, eh? Okay. So if we take a conventional banking, if it is not possible to do on Islamic banking. Okay, because for conventional banking, we have a model, we call it, we can have TOD, temporary overdraft. We can have an excess over limit. Excess over limit if the person have already an overdraft and then you give excess over the limit, yeah, temporary. And then temporary overdraft, if they doesn't have an overdraft, you give a temporary overdraft. It is up to the branch manager or the manager in charge. So they can give us a temporary overdraft for the amount of the TT cost, for the amount of TT cost. TT cost doesn't much, it's not much, maybe about 20 ringgit, for example, per month. So they can give that amount. Looking at the previous transaction of the customer. So the bank will have to look at the previous records of the customer. The branch manager will look at previous record of the customer. That is why it's called semi-structured decision. It is an unstructured decision partly and then structured decision partly. Partly it is structured decision. 1,000 ringgit, 1,000 withdrawal. 1,000 ringgit in the account, 1,000 withdrawal. So it is structured. But partly is actually because they require a total 20 ringgit overdraft. And then we look into the track record, the customers usually transfer out this amount, 1,000 ringgit maybe every next month. So every consecutive month. And then it happens to this, and then the amount, for example, salary, amount of salary, it is, it's credited into this account. The salary of the person is credited into this account, for example. So you can allocate a temporary overdraft. So it is a semi-structured decision for a semi-structured problem. The problem is a semi-structured, you can do a semi-structured decision. Or you can also reject, because when we looking without looking at the track record, maybe it is one time only. So previously the customer did not do this, and then the salary is not credited into this account. So there is a risk to the customer, to the bank. So you can also reject. So it is a semi-structured decision at the level of the branch manager. So semi-structured decision, we have part structured decision, part unstructured decision, due to the partly structured problem, partly unstructured problem. Okay, that is semi-structured decision. Okay, the way to do is actually to convert some of the structured, unstructured problem to structured problem, so that you'll be able to make decision. Did I get you? Did you get me? Yeah, so that is what we call semi-structured decision. Structured decision is easy. So normally operational management is structured, handle structured problem, structured decision. Unstructured problem is easy, so it's on top of it. So this is totally unstructured. So you require unstructured decisions. You may do analytics and so on to arrive to a decision making. But semi-structured problem, you have partly structured and partly unstructured. So you can deal with the structured problem structurally to produce structured decision. And then the unstructured problem, you need to look into it, and you need to tackle it unstructuredly. Meaning look at the track record, you can do analytics and so on. Yeah. So these are the decision characteristics for 3 levels of managers. So we have operational managers, yeah, like branch managers are operational managers. Say head office managers for a bank, for example, they are middle level managers. And then senior management, top level management are the senior management. So operational managers they make structured decisions. Yeah, because there are written SOP, written rules for them to comply with. For example, determining the overtime eligibility, restocking inventory, offering credit to customers, determining special offers to customers. So these are the structured decisions that they need to make. And then in the Semi-structured, for the middle level management, they handle structured, semi-structured decision. For example, designing a marketing plan, developing a departmental budget, designing a new corporate website. Okay, for the middle management, it ties between, they sit in between the top level management and the mid operation management. Operation management are structured. The senior management are unstructured decision. They handle unstructured decision, but the middle level management receive instruction. For example, marketing plan. There is a marketing strategy which have been decided by the top level management. So middle level management need to do a marketing plan. For example, the top level management have decided the amount of budget for the whole organization, and then the middle level management need to develop a departmental budget. So the top level management, for example, have designed the corporate colors, the what do you call it, the vision, mission of the organizations. Now, the middle level management need to design a new corporate website. So they sit in between. Whereas for senior level management or top level management, they caters for they handle unstructured decisions. For example, to decide to enter or exit from market, approve capital budget, deciding long-term goals. Yeah, so these are the decisions made by the top level management. For example, in Malaysia, we can see today several, for example, in the grocery market, we used to have Carrefour have left the market, and then Tesco left the market. So these are decisions made by the top level management. Yeah, okay. So before we move into decision-making process, any questions on the levels of management? And then what are the unstructured problem? What are the structured problem? Semi-structured problem? Any question? Think it's clear, right? Okay, now we look into how do we make decision? How do we make decision? Okay, decision-making process. Okay. First, this is the paper by Simon in 1960 about problem. How do we make decisions? How do we make decisions? So Simon segregated 4 steps in making decisions. The first is problem discovery. Problem discovery is, we call it, the stage is called intelligence. The stage of intelligence is to discover the problem, to identify what is the problem. Yeah, you need to identify what is the problem. And then the next stage is to design the solution based on the problem. Yeah, design the solution based on the problem. When you design the solution, you should have alternative decisions. You will have alternative decisions to pick from. And then you will, each alternative decisions will have alternative results or alternative outputs. Yeah, so from these alternative outputs, you will choose what is the best output, and then what is the less costly decision that you make. So you pick that as an alternative. That is the level of choice. And then you implement that decision. That is level of implementation. So if it doesn't work out, you will go back to the previous level state of choice, and you will pick up another alternative. Yeah, and then and so forth. You can go back to designing and go back to intelligence. So we begin with problem discovery. Identify the problem. What are the problems about? Sometimes we look at issues. Issues and problems are different. For example, you have a problem, we have issues, for example, you have rashes in your skin, you have high temperature, you have stomach ache, and then your temperature is not that high, maybe 38, yeah, not reaching 39. So what is the problem actually? If you get some ointments for the or lotion for the rashes, does it solve the problem? Because the problem is actually you are suffering from dengue. When you're suffering from dengue, your platelets will be high, it will be low. So your solution should be based on the problem instead of the issues. You should be tackling the problem, not the issues. So you should design solution based on the problems. There can be alternative solutions. Yeah, there can be alternative solutions. And then you can, from the alternative solution, you pick up your choices based on the result outcome of the each alternative, and then you will implement it. This is the decision-making processes based on Simon. Simon is quite popular in terms of management. So his book, one of his famous book is Administrative Behavior, I think in 1972. By Herbert A. Simon. Okay, you are going to read in detail, you can look at this book. Okay, according to Mintzberg, there are several rules, yeah, that have been carried out by managers. There are three managerial roles, which are interpersonal role, informational roles, and decision roles. Yeah, being interpersonal roles, the managers are a figurehead, is a figurehead of the organization. The manager is a leader for the organization, and the manager is a liaison person for the organization. Figurehead meaning that whenever you refer to the organization, you look at the manager. Or when you want to, the manager also act as a leader to the organization, and the manager also is a liaison person when he deals with other organizations. That is the personal goals. The manager also acts as an informational role. So the manager acts as a nerve center. Whenever you require information, knowledge about the organization, you will refer to the manager. The manager is also a disseminator. The manager disseminates knowledge, disseminates information about the organization to other parties. And the manager also acts as a spokesperson for the organization. So it talks about the organization to other people. So these are referred to as informational roles. Manager also carry out roles as a decisional roles. Decisional roles, manager are the entrepreneur of the organization. It embarks into new projects, new tasks, take risks on behalf of the organization. Managers also is a disturbance handler. Whenever there is disturbance within the organization, managers will handle it. And manager is also a resource allocator. Manager allocate resources within the organization, material resources, financial resources, human resources. Manager allocates the resources. And manager also is the negotiator within the organization. So these are the three different roles of the organization. So it carries behavior of interpersonal role, interpersonal behavior, information processing behavior, and decision making behavior. In order to support these three roles of managers, we have several systems. One is the telepresence system. Telepresence system is what we have today: Zoom, teleconferencing, Skype, yeah, Hangouts, and we have Meet today, Google Meet today. These are telepresence system. We have social networks, yeah. We have smartphone social networks. This is to carry out the role as interpersonal roles. And then we have informational roles. We have management information system to provide information. We have texting, email, executive information system, social network. We have webinars and telepresence to carry out these informational roles. And then we have for decisional roles, we have business intelligence and decision support systems. Yeah. So this based on Milberg. So, however, in order to have the decision making, information need to achieve certain level of quality. So these are the qualities of information required to make for managers to make decisions, good decisions. 7 qualities. The first one is accuracy. The information need to be accurate and to represent the reality. Need to be accurate and represent the reality. Yeah, and then the data should be should be should have integrity, meaning that data and relationship amongst the elements of the data should be uh, integrity, should have possess integrity, and then data should be consistent. Yeah, so it should be consistently defined, and then data should be complete. Data should be valid within the defined range, and then it should be able to should be available when needed, or we call it timeliness, and data should be accessible, comprehensible, and usable. So these are 7 qualities of information required to provide good decision making: accuracy, integrity, consistency, completeness, validity, timeliness, and accessibility. Yeah, so, but however, there are obstacles for these managers. One of the obstacles is management filter. Okay, what is management filter? Can anybody tell me what is a management filter? Aisha, what is a management filter?
I believe it's like passing communications down from senior management to your team in terms of difficulty. I don't know.
Salwani?
Private or unprivate? I mean, privacy or not privacy, some sort like that. Is it that one, the term?
Okay, management filter is like this. When managers have some idea, pre-existing ideas, yeah, they have pre-existing ideas on certain information or certain data. When the data come in, they will filter out data that doesn't support them. You collect data, but manager doesn't agree with the data. They will filter out the data that support them. So when you process the data, eventually what will happen to the information derived from the data? It will be skewed towards what the management wants to see. Because sometimes management have some pre-existing conditions. They have already, so we want to do this, we want to sell this product. We want to sell this product. And then we are the number 1 producer of this product. But when the data sales differently, you exclude the data. Manager, whether they are what do you call, consciously or unconsciously exclude that certain data that doesn't agree with them, with their pre-existing condition, on the reason that the data is an outliers, data is there should be some error of the data. They assume that there are errors of the data. These are called management filter. Management filters information and data coming to the organization. So it actually affects decision making. Why does it affect decision making? Nur Aiman, why does it affect decision making when management start filtering information and data?
Management make certain decisions in relevant and accurate data to back up.
I could not hear you actually.
Because when the management is trying to make a decision on certain situation, they need relevant and accurate data in order to back up their decision.
Okay. when you when start filter, so they are trying to it will be that the result or outcome of the information will be a little bit skewed, so towards the other side, yeah, so one side so skewed. And then besides the management filter, there another thing that affects decision making is organizational inertia. Organizational inertia can also relate to management filter. Organizational inertia is the reluctance of management to change, reluctance of the organization to change. The organization has been doing this maybe because of their culture and so on, and then for so many years, and then but information comes or data comes in to show differently. But organization have inertia; they are reluctant to move. So we have new technology, new ways of doing things, but they are reluctant to move. They stick in their position. Yeah, so this is called organizational inertia. Okay, and then besides organizational inertia, there are organizational politics. But I'll talk about organizational inertia first. Okay, anybody works in a library here? Anybody works in a library here? Okay, just to relate an experience. So one time we were proposing a digital library to the group of libraries, a digital library system to a group of libraries. There are two different concepts for digital library. For librarians, most of them consider OPAC. You know OPAC, online public access catalog, as digital library. For IT people, digital library is a library without walls, meaning that it is totally digital library. Every books, materials are digital. So, and then you can retrieve material using search engine. Maybe you can catalog them using metadata or and attach or some classification using Dublin Core and so on. But you will be able to access the data, the content automatically, yeah, autonomously. And then when we were proposing to have a digital library, the question that arise by the librarian is, where are we? Where will we be? When you do digital library, where will we be? That is a form of organizational inertia. The librarians should move together with the technology. They cannot stick with OPAC and have physical books, whereas everything moves to digital. Documents move to digital. Even now, some books are in e-books. People buying e-books and so on. So inertia is against changes. Yeah. If that is organizational inertia. The other one is organizational politics. Give me some idea of organizational politics. What is organizational politics? Anybody have any idea on organizational politics? Okay, organizational politics is like this. Every unit in the department, have their own goals. Yeah, so you have say marketing department have their goal. Okay, so I think I'll use whiteboard on this. Okay, say you have marketing department. That's okay. We have marketing department, and then we have say finance department. We have production department. And then say you have human resource department. And so every department have their own goals. And then they have their own goals. we call it departmental goals. Yeah, departmental goals. So here also we have a departmental goal. I think most of us actually have this problem in our organization. Every department has their departmental goal. So everyone is aiming to achieve their departmental goal based on their organizational leaders, departmental leaders. And then we have conflicts here. Most of you are working. So do you face conflicts among the HR, among the production, among the finance, with the finance department, with the marketing department? Marketing department want to sell, but they need to reduce the price to meet up the market market needs. But the finance say if you do this, you sell that price, we will not make any margin, we will not break even. Our contribution margin is so much, so we will make lesser. And then if you require that, we need to increase our production so that we can have we can achieve we can our production number of units, we can have economies of scale. So production unit need to produce, but in order to produce such amount, the production unit will require a larger number of lines. Currently, the factory only have these limited lines. If we want to spend more lines, we need to we require a capital expenditure. A capital expenditure will add more cost, more capital cost, but we might not have that amount of production volume continuously. And then the HR department also say that, and then they also require some number of staff increase, and then HR department cannot provide that number of staff, and so on. So there will be conflict between departments, marketing department, finance department, production department, and also other departments, cost department, and so on. These are called political, organizational politics. These are called organizational politics. Anybody have that experience in your organization? So
of course, Doctor.
Yes.
Especially on the budget.
Especially on the budget. Everybody wants to have a big budget.
Yes, definitely.
So these are called organizational politics. Usually, how do you solve organizational politics? Where will it end? The department that have more influence will win. Or how?
Okay, for the budget, normally what from my view from my own, from my existing company and my previous company, they will look into the priority of the project or of the something that can give benefit to the company.
Okay.
So okay, for example, in my existing company, okay, for the IT, normally we will need a big allocation budget in order for us to upgrade the existing systems. But unfortunately, we can't get that much of the budget itself. They will reduce the budget into a certain cost.
Okay. It should be the goal should be to arrive to a balanced decision.
Yeah, win-win situation.
Yeah, to arrive to a balanced decision. The goal you should look into is the organizational goal. That is organizational goal. So every organization, every unit of the department should actually aim for the organizational goal. So, so the departmental goal should meet the organizational goal. Yeah. So every department should meet their organizational goal. That is what. So, and then when you meet the organizational goal, we will have a balanced decision. Meeting up to the organizational goal, because the organizational goal is actually the end. The departmental goal are just means to the end. Yeah, these are just means to the end. The departmental goal should not be the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal should be the organizational goal. Yeah. So, so with the MIS, for example, we can have dashboard. We can at the top level management, so you can compare. So you can provide information so that the top level management can look at how to achieve this balanced organizational goal from the departmental goal instead of using the departmental goal. So everybody will have their own organizational politics to deal with their departmental goals, but the ultimate aim should be towards the organizational goals. So that is the organizational inertia and organizational politics. Yeah, okay. That covers topic number 1. We will, for this for today, so we will move into topic number 2. We'll take a break about 15 minutes and move on to topic number 2 after 15 minutes. We'll come back at 11:15. Okay.
Hi, doctor. Hi,
Yes.
doctor.
Yes.
It's me, Ain. I just come out to this class 11 o'clock because I have an urgent
Okay.
things to do. Okay, so I just want you to notice me.
Okay. Yes. Of course.
Okay, all right.
Can you introduce yourself, Ain?
Okay. Currently, I'm working with CIMB Bank with Natasha. We are colleague but different branch. So in banking institution, I already have 6 years. 6 years.
Okay. Which department are you in? Bank.
It was a financial consultant. So I managed to advise customers regarding on their wealth or loan or anything to do.
Yeah. I came from banking industry too.
Oh yeah, which bank?
Few banks. I started in MUI. If you ever heard of MUI,
Mm-hmm.
was absorbed into, I think MUI was absorbed into today's Siang. It is absorbed into Southern Bank and then into Bumi Putra Commerce and then into CIMB. Yeah, MUI. And then I joined Perwira Habib Bank back then. Back then it's not Perwira Habib Bank, and then later renamed Perwira Apin Bank. I left during the tenure, during Perwira Apin Bank. Later on, it became Apin Bank today. And then I also involved in opening up of three branches of three banks actually. It's not branches, 3 banks, international commercial bank in Albania, Ghana, and Guinea.
Oh, okay.
But I think I worked in banks since 1988 until 1996, something like that. Also quite some time.
Was
Some
not
time ago.
Yeah. I need to learn more with you, doctor.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, we are back. Okay, I just want to tell you that I'm using several books, but my main book is this. This is Management Information Systems by Lawden and Lawden, publication published by Pearson, Managing the Digital Firm. So it talks about managing digital firm in look into socio-technical perspective, socio-technical approach of uh, information system, where it meets both the behavioral aspects of the management and the technical part of information technology. It combines both. So we talk about another book is by two other books. Yeah, the book is Business Driven Technology by Page Pelzen. So this is just, but not detailed. I pick up more detail into from Lawden and Lawden. Another book is Principles of Information Systems by Stair and Reynolds. This is by Sengesh. And then the other Balzan is by McGraw-Hill. So I use three books, but the main component is from Lawden and Lawden. So from Balzan, we talk about systems thinking. Systems thinking look at things as a whole instead of by parts. So I'll share a video on systems thinking before we move on.
Okay, wake up out there. I hope you're paying attention because this is important. This is our planet. It's where we live. And it's pretty awesome. Every day, everywhere on Earth, billions of people like you and me roll out of bed and start the day. A day full of things to see and do. Decisions to be made, work to be done. In short, another day of life on Earth. The world around us is full of information, stuffed with it, really, and with decisions to be made. The way we handle information, the way we organize it and give it meaning is called, okay, yes, I know you know this, it's called thinking. Thinking is amazing. I mean, what if we couldn't think? What if we could only take in and stockpile information like a hard drive, but not create our own ideas with it? Not good. Am I right? Lots of information makes us informed, but lots of thinking makes us smart. There are just some things you can't Google. Information alone isn't enough to solve problems. That's where thinking comes in. Thinking is how we build meaning from information, an action we are doing all the time, whether we are aware of it or not. Being aware of how we think and how the world works is called systems thinking. And, just like almost anything we do, we can get better at it. So let's say we want to be systems thinkers. What do we need to do? Think about our thinking. We use thinking to turn information into knowledge. We build knowledge from the information we are taking in from our senses, every moment of our lives. Check out this dog. You might be willing to pet him. Or you might not. It's your mental model that makes the difference. Mental models are knowledge. They are what we build when we make meaning out of information, memories, and experiences. Just as your experiences are unique to you, so are the mental models you build. And the mental models you build are a powerful thing because they determine how you feel. And how you act. Mental models don't depend on words or language. From the moment we are born, we are building mental models. And for babies, that's a whole lot of building because almost everything is news to them. So we are all building our own mental models all the time. But how do we do it? How are we building mental models? Since thinking makes a difference, what exactly are we doing when we are thinking? We use 4 simple patterns of systems thinking to build all of our mental models. We make distinctions between things and other things, between identity and other. We organize things into systems. Systems of parts and wholes. We identify relationships of action and reaction, or cause and effect. We take perspectives from a point to a view. And all 4 patterns are happening all together, all the time. In your head, in their heads. Who knew? Making distinctions is easy. We do it all the time. Everything has an identity. You, coffee, the color red, happiness, the USA. But where does that identity come from? It comes from the other. You know, all the stuff that is not that thing. We make distinctions with all of our senses. Making distinctions is seeing what an object or an idea is, and what it is not. Your distinctions are probably different from everyone else's, but that's part of what makes life interesting. Another way thinking works is by organizing things into systems. Systems of parts and wholes. Systems can be really big or really small, really complicated or really simple, but they're always made up of parts. And most parts have parts too. Anything we think, just like anything we build, is made up of parts. Consider a toilet and a sink. Each is a collection of smaller parts, all working together to function as a larger whole. And they're each parts of a larger system that includes where the water comes from and where it goes. Systems thinking helps us see that all the water on Earth is connected in one planet-sized system. Lots and lots of parts. Sometimes we pay attention to the individual parts of a system. Sometimes it's more helpful to see the whole. Systems give us a framework to understand the world. Being aware of relationships is important too. You might think that relationships are only about families or friends. But relationships exist among ideas and objects too. A relationship is an interaction, a cause, an effect, or an action and reaction. Relationships are happening over the teeny tiny spaces between atomic particles and over the vastness of the universe. Understanding relationships and interconnections can be important in lots of ways. Sometimes seeing a new relationship, or seeing an old relationship in a new way, can spark a new idea. To see the importance of how ideas affect each other is to see things differently, to build new knowledge, to solve problems that matter. Relationships exist everywhere, between atoms, galaxies, fellow scientists, or two people in the same family. As we live our lives every day, we make distinctions. We organize things into systems. We relate things, and this is the fourth pattern of thinking. We take different perspectives on the world around us. We navigate city streets using the perspective of space, angles, and speed to predict hazards and holdups. Every perspective has a point and a view. We can look at things from the perspective of other people, other nations, other ideas. Sometimes it helps us understand things to see them from a particular point of view. Our point of view shapes what we think about something, the mental model we build to understand it. Perspective determines not just what we look at, but what we really see. Perspective is at the root of so many things that matter in human society. Empathy, compassion, connectedness. Perspective determines the way we relate to one another and the world around us. Like, what's your perspective on parties, on art, on systems thinking? Systems thinking helps us see underlying patterns and structures, and can lead us to think up all kinds of new things. You can see more different identities than others. Parts and wholes, actions and reactions, and points of view in the world around us. And it makes it all the more exciting and interesting when you have the ability to think things through. Understanding how you think helps you be a better student, artist, musician, parent, scientist, athlete, friend, and citizen. And it's easy. All you have to do is pay special attention to the way your brain is already operating. Thinking about thinking. Systems thinking. When we understand how we think, ideas that can change the world become possible. Life is full of surprises and the unknown. Who knows what you'll think up next?
Okay, so that is about system thinking. We will learn more about, we will also cover related topics in our knowledge management. System thinking also involves knowledge management, but also in system development. For example, system analysts, when they design system, they need to look into various perspectives, looking at things as a whole rather than as parts of it. Okay, I'll share my topic number 2. Okay, for this slide, I don't usually give my slide because there is not much content in the slide. Most of the contents are in the open learning. Yeah? I think I'll share my open learning first. Okay, in this on the open learning for topic number 1, just now we discussed about what we need to learn about management decision making, managers as decision makers, types of problems and decisions with some examples, and the decision making processes, intelligence for discovering, identifying problems, rules of managers, information quality, management filters, then organizational inertia and organizational politics. And then there is a forum that you can share with the class. How do you deal with structured, unstructured, and semi-structured decision making at your organization with your classmates, and then the sharing of ideas, and then about information systems, about systems thinking and management information systems. Here we discuss about systems thinking. Systems thinking actually is originated by actually written by a book, by Ludwig von Bertalanffy. So he wrote about he did the investigation, scientific investigation on living things, and then where you should not investigate just a single part of the thing. You should look at the whole things. So it comes up with the organismic biology, so study about system theory of the organism. And then he later formulated the general system theory. And then I provided also a speech by Russell Ackoff about systems theory. And then also you can have a link here by Peter Senge, written about systems thinking. Yeah. So, then moving to our slide.
Doctor, I still can't access the open learning for MIS.
You still can access. Okay, you have to communicate with the course with the LL department, Puan Zawani or Ashikin.
Okay, doctor, thank you.
Okay. Okay, in the okay, just now we have seen the video for systems thinking. So systems thinking look at things as a whole system where we have input, we have process, and then output and feedback. The feedback is to control to ensure that we have a correct processing. So when we talk about information system, so we have to look at it as a whole. So we cannot just take part by part of it. So meaning that there are components of this information system, but every part, every component, each and one of every component of one of these components will act together with the other components to provide the whole system. So we have software components. Software comprised of the system software as well as the application software, two groups of software. And system software, we have operating system, we have utility software, and then application system, we have numerous applications that deal with each other. And then we have networks, we have local area network, we have the internet network, and then we have routers that connect them. And then we have people, we have the technical people, we have the administrative people, and end users. So they deal with each other. Hardware, we have two kinds of hardware. We have hardware in the server hardware, for example, server, the technical software, technical hardware, and then also hardware at the user's premises and used by the user. And then we have procedures or rules how to combine each system, and then the SOP, the manuals, and then the regulations that you do, and then routines that you do. So these are called procedures. So we have to look at it as a whole. So that's how we combine. And then information system, there are three components, three major components of information system, which are the organization, we have organizational structure, organizational culture, yeah. These are, we will go in detail in later topics on organizations. And then we have technology, we have the diverse types of technology, we have network, software, and so on. And then we have management goals, management strategy. Yeah. So we combine all these three to have this management information system. Management information system started in 1970s, like I told you earlier, 1970s, but beginning it was meant to provide routine reporting. It was meant to provide routine reporting. Before that, the reporting was done manually. Before the 70s, in 1960s, reporting management reports were done manually, and in the 70s, they automate the reporting by with the advent of computers. So the computer provide routine reporting. But and then they will see that the requirements to do analysis, and then we have the ERP coming in later, enterprise resource planning coming in the 80s, and then in the 90s we have analytical, we have business intelligence to combine with management information system. So it gets larger and larger project and go deeper as well. So that is, but when we look into management information system, there are two approaches. Yeah, the contemporary approach in management information system, we need to look at both the technical approach as well as the behavioral approach. When we talk about technical approach, we are talking about management science, where management science um, relates to management. We see as management as a science where we can estimate, we can predict the behavior of management and so on. And then we have computer science comprising of hardware, software, and the network combination of it. And then we have operations research. Yeah, operations research. We go to achieve operational goals. These are the technical approaches. They look at the technical aspects of management, technical aspects of computer science, and technical aspects of operation research. But at the same time, we also need to look into the behavior part, because when we discussed in early part of this class about management inertia, how do you deal with management inertia, and then organizational politics, and then organizational inertia, and so on. So management filters. So we have to look at them in behavioral approach as well. The psychology part of it, the economics part of it, and the sociology part of it. When you combine this technical approach and behavioral approach, we have what we call socio-technical approach. Yeah, this is a socio-technical perspective. The socio-technical perspective of information system combine both the technology part and the organizational part. So when we want to make any decision, we talk about assignment in early part of this class. When you need to make a decision, we have various alternatives. From the once you identify the problem, you look into designing the solution. When you're designing the solution, you have various alternatives. So you can have alternative 1, alternative 2, alternative 3, and alternative 4. But you need to pick up the alternative where the final design of the technology is closest to the final design of the organization. That is where you can get buy-in with the people, buy-in with the different kinds of people. For example, the top level management, buy-in with the middle level management, and the lower level operational management, as well as buy-in by the customers and so on. So and then it fit into the technology. We call it technological fit. So this is the socio-technical perspective on information system, where we pick up the solution where it is closest to each other. The technology and organizational is closest to each other. I think that is part. That is the topic number 2 of the book. So we have covered, actually, we have covered 2 topics. Any question? We are quite early because it's usually for us to finish early. because during this first class. Okay, any question on information system or on the assignment? Okay, I noticed that you have from your WhatsApp group, you have 25 students, or if there is students that are more than 25, you can add in the additional number, because I see that every groups already have five number of students. You can add into you can add in the 6% for, for those who couldn't find the group to join in. Okay, any question? We are early by 1 hour.
Prof, sorry,
Yes.
I just want to ask, I want to confirm, for the assignment submission date, is it for the individual and group assignment should be submitted on the same day or different dates?
I usually give the same day. Actually, in the beginning of the class, I will start giving the same date, but the student will ask to extend. It is usually every trimester the student asks to extend. So I can extend the individual assignment, but I cannot extend the group assignment because I need to see the group assignment before the presentation. I need to see the group assignment before the presentation, because before the when you present, I need to have something. I need to read it first. Yeah, I need to read it first before the presentation. But for your group, for your individual assignment, you can seek to defer. Well, we will discuss about it later. But it is usual for every trimester the student request to delay in submitting their individual assignment.
Okay, thanks, Prof.
Okay, and then we will have quiz, and then there was question about the quiz. What is the quiz about? The quiz, my quiz is easy. Next class we will have a quiz. The quiz, you were given a topic to discuss. Sometimes you will give a video. Sometimes you give some article, and then so you read the article or you watch the video or you discuss on the topic. You will be broken into groups, and if it's not the same group of your assignment, you will break into group at random, because so every time we do quiz, you will meet different members of your class, so it will be at random. So you will discuss with your small group, reach a consensus, and then we will join back into the larger group, and then each group will present their idea about the topic. So it is not, there is nobody is wrong, but just to share ideas. And then after that, you need to write 1 page or 2 page, minimum 1 page, maximum 2 page. I don't want to have more than that. So, yeah, just 1 page or 2 page about what you understand. It is your individual submission. So it depends. You can listen to other people you have discussed in your group, but you may not agree, or whether if you have agreed, and then when you listen to the other groups, you may agree to the other group more, or you have your own idea. You write about it, and then you put it up. You submit it in your open learning. So you have 3 in the quizzes, so it will contribute to 10% of your final marks. Yeah. So why we do have that? Because previously, if maybe you could remember in your undergrad, you have this participation marks, but MQA does not allow participation marks. So we cannot give participation marks unless we can show the proof that the student have done something, and then we are able to assess uh, that part of participation. So meanwhile, for MBA, it is a requirement to have a case study or several case study for the course, and then it is a requirement to have participation in the class. So previously we are physical, but we still have participation, but using Zoom breakouts. So you still have participation. That is a requirement for MBA. You need to participate, you need to communicate, and then you need to present your idea. That is a requirement. But we cannot give participation marks because it is a necessity for MBA students to participate, to have participation. It is so you cannot give marks for something which is necessity unless we can give some assessment. We can do some assessment. That's why I put up the quiz so that after you have participation, you have participated, you have discussed, you can write about it and then you submit and you will get marks from that. So we will not have problem with M2A if you to give you marks if you submitted. If you don't submit, we cannot give you marks because M2A will question us.
Doctor, for the quiz, when do we have to submit it? Do we have to submit it on the same day?
No, we have to. You have to. I used to collect it on the stream next week. I used to collect it next week, but it's difficult for me to monitor. So it is best that you answer, you keep it for yourself first, and then you submit it together with your individual assignment.
Okay,
You can submit one document comprising all the three quiz, quiz one, quiz two, quiz three in one document. Yeah, at the end of the course, maybe on the 19th or July, something like that. They will decide later. But it's actually the quiz is a sort of a free mark because you listen, you discuss with your friends and you listen to other presentation and then you need to jot down and write into a proper piece of paper and then a proper piece and then you send it, upload it to the so you get 10% marks. That is a participation mark. Any question? Any other question about the topic today or about your assignment or about your individual assignment or or group assignment or the topic that we discussed today? Maybe we can just discuss about your experience about anybody have used systems in their organization and then how did MIS assist in your organization? What system have you used, and then how did it how 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 did you find it useful in your work? Anybody want to share their experience?
Maybe I can start first.
Okay.
I'm currently working in HR, but my team is more towards HR shared service. So we are using SAP and also success factors. And we use some other systems, but I'm not on the front. I'm not the back end. So I'm just the front end user lah. I'm not the one who developed the system. So I find it quite useful because if we need to pull data on employees, we can just key in all the fields that we want and then just generate the report. So and some of the system can be integrated with other systems so that we don't have to use several spreadsheets. So we can just link them so that all data can be pulled in just one just sekali je lah pull the data. Not we have to put from this and from that. So that's my experience lah.
Okay. SAP is an ERP. An ERP system is an expensive ERP system. So you should be working in a large organization. And then, but when you buy an ERP system, you subscribe to an ERP system, you can pick up and choose which set or which function that you require, and then you can customize them, or you can get the help of a consultant to customize the ERP system based on your organizational needs, such as SAP. So from time to time, if you find there are additional requirements, you can request, or you can see systems that functions that you don't require, you can drop it down, or you can customize it according to your needs. So it helps you to do reporting. It can also help you to do some kind of analytics. You can combine with some business intelligence systems to combine to do analytics, or you can add in with tools like IoT or RFID, the system that we're able to do to cater down. Yeah. So any other experience?
Maybe I'll go next.
Yes.
Same with Aisha. My company is also currently using SAP, but I've heard that we're going to actually migrate to Oracle soon. But currently we're still using SAP, so I don't really use much of SAP except for requesting for leave and maybe just for trainings actually. So the SAP in our is like an HR thing. We call it my passport. So whatever let's say you want to look at our salary statement or anything regarding our career progression or also our employee information, employee meaning ourselves lah. So we can basically just go to this SAP and then just update it there. If you just, for example, let's say I graduated already MBA, then I can just update my information there lah, so that the information is updated and everyone, perhaps HR recruiters inside the organization, can see that I've already have this qualification lah. So another thing is the trainings. So the SAP is also integrate with training calendars inside the SAP. So because the organization is big, the company is big, there are a lot of trainings being organized by different divisions. So we can go to this particular page in SAP, so that we can basically find which of the trainings that we would like to go to enroll to, and then with once we enroll that, then the SAP will basically send an approval email to our supervisor if approve or to approve or reject the enrollment lah. So yeah, so that's basically it.
Okay, very good. Yeah, you're moving from SAP to Oracle. Oracle also is a large organization. Oracle started with that. They manage database. They started with relational database management system. We'll discuss about relational database management system later. Oracle acquired. They began as a TPMS system, and then they moved into. They acquired Java. Yeah, Java. If you remember, the Java programming language is acquired by Oracle. So we have this Java Enterprise Edition, and then they also have acquired MS SQL, MySQL. MS SQL belongs to Microsoft. MySQL used to be an open source, but it's also been acquired by Oracle. And then Oracle moved into other aspects and other territories. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very good. Anybody else want to share?
Hello, Prof.
Yes, Shalini.
Okay. In my organization, they are using ACP as well, but they are using Iris platform. This is for mainly for product traceability purposes. So for example, once the product is out from the manufacturer, when it goes to the warehouse from the point they receive and it goes out to the customer, it's all traced through the this Iris platform itself. Even the billing and the invoicing as well, PO generation and everything to do with the product, it's all managed through that particular platform.
Okay. That role is actually, we call it supply chain management system. The role is supply chain management system. supply chain management system, we have two two parts of it. We have this upstream and we have downstream. We always look at our organization as the center. Downward towards the customer is called downstream. Upward to our suppliers is called upstream. So maybe today the organization concentrate on downstream supply chain management system down towards to your end customers. But in future, maybe it can also move upward to the upstream. So there are organizations that have these vendor programs, for example, like Petronas have vendor programs. They manage their upstream suppliers so that they know when materials will come in, so they can have just in time. Same goes when downstream they can understand they can monitor the complaints, they can do after sales service and so on downstream. Okay, that is supply chain management system. So SAP is an organization that also include SCM. Any other anybody else want to share? Ritika?
Actually, my company also uses SAP, but for my department, will be using as the other department will be keying in the cost of the invoices into the system and post it to our system. So they are using a different module than ours. So we are just, once we made the payment, we just clear it off or set off against our module. So yeah.
Okay. Anybody have ever used on the cloud? ERP
Oracle.
or anybody on the cloud?
We using Oracle Cloud.
Oracle Cloud. Oracle Cloud.
Oracle Cloud.
Okay, there are two types of cloud. We call it private cloud and public cloud. Public cloud is offered to the public. Private cloud meaning that you have a specific cloud for your own, for your organization. So it is well secure compared to the public cloud. Okay, but why do certain organizations are very particular or restrictive when you talk about when putting information on the cloud? Any idea? Because especially government department, they refuse to put in information on the cloud.
Privacy because
Security issues. Security issues. Yes, Salwani, security issues.
yes, same security issue actually because in my existing company actually we are planning to move it to the cloud for the Teams, but in order for us to use Teams itself, Microsoft Teams, and put our data into the cloud itself, we need to present it to Bank Negara and something like that lah, because of the security issue actually.
Is it technical due to the technical or what?
We just at the earlier stage, doctor.
Okay.
But still yet, there is still firefighting, some sort we can call, in the use of the cloud itself.
Okay.
So what we do, because every time we have a meeting, we are going to record the things in the cloud, and even though only for us, but still there is other department. Normally it's risk department lah. They highlight that there will be an issue on the risk itself, and of course about the security.
Okay, it is usually not because of the security, not because of the technical, not because of technical. It is a security issue, but not because of the technical part. Not due to the technical. Okay, how does the cloud work? For example, if you subscribe to, let's say name a few, say, give an example, say Amazon. Amazon have a zone area. They have a zone area that are zone. For example, they will have two zones. For example, we in Malaysia, they will store it in Singapore. They will store it in India, for example. they will say in Bangalore and in Singapore, for example. Or if Singapore is down or Bangalore is down, they will put it in Korea, for example, in Seoul. This is just an example. So they will move the data to another location, to move from one location to another location. The issue with the cloud in terms of why certain sectors are hesitant to put in the cloud is the location of the cloud, the location of the server. They are not in the cloud actually. They are in a premise, in a location on the in the country, and then the regulation of any country. For example, you can see Patriot Act in US, for example, whatever law, they say the the law of the land allows the government of the country to have access to any data that reside in that country. Any country, for example, any data that reside in Malaysia, the government of Malaysia have access to the data. So any data reside in India, for example, the government of India have access to that data. Say we put in Singapore, the law of Singapore says that any data that reside in Singapore, so the government of Singapore have access to that data. That is why certain government bodies are reluctant to put in the cloud, because our information data will be exposed to a foreign country, because they move from country to country. The issue is, where do you put your cloud? Where do you put your, where is the server? It's not on the cloud, it's in the server on the land in one country. So where is the server? The server we move from Singapore. I mean, for example, we have court cases in Singapore, for example, we will be reluctant to put our data in the country, because they will have access to our records. They will have access to our preparations and so on. So it relates to government sovereignty, national sovereignty, and security, national issue. That's why we're reluctant. For example, Bank Negara, for example, reluctant. You are working in a bank, or government?
In a bank, doctor.
In a bank.
BSN.
Say that the exposure to the that is the exposure to a foreign country. It is not about technical. It is about it is a legal issue. It's law. It is the law of the country that where the data is placed. Yeah. So we cannot say when our data is in Google, for example, we put our data in Google Drive. We can say the US government cannot look into our data. No, the law of the US say they can look into the government data. So all our data in Google Drive can be retrieved by the American government. So we cannot say no, because the data is there.
So that means the Google is not safe for us lah, for the certain data that we load there.
Depends on what you put in.
Okay.
Depends on depends on what you put in. You don't put in what do you call it? Serious security matters in Google Drive. Okay. Okay. Any other question? Anybody else want to share?
Yeah, doctor. Maybe Abu Bakr here.
Yes, Abu Bakr.
Yeah, it's true. I was working with the cloud company last time actually. It's true that more than security, the bigger problem is privacy for the companies to put their data on the cloud. Yeah, because of the obvious reason, yeah, the government rules and regulations. Yeah, and one more thing about the Malaysia, I know that Bank Negara is coming with the project, and this is strategy to encourage the banks to actually put their data on the cloud, because I know that PayNet is an organization connects different banks together, and then they are driving a project, studying a project with the so that they encourage the banks to put their data on the cloud. But that's different. The cloud will not be, of course, the location will be in Malaysia. So there's a data center here in Malaysia for that. So they are encouraging people. There are benefits as well, and there are disadvantages as well. Yeah.
I agree with you. They need to put in a cloud because it's for cost reason, for shareability and so on. But one obstacle is they need to be put into a server in the country. So yeah. Anybody else want to share? Or have different views? Zaidatul?
I think my company is using the same system as others lah. But since I'm just a front user, so I'm not really know on the development of the system, the details of the system. But one of the system that relates to my current job is because my department is I'm handling a board of directors meeting. So because now we are going to paperless meeting, and now in fact after this pandemic kan, we are moving to online meeting. So lagi lah we want to enhance more on the paperless. So the system that relates to my existing job is on the board meeting pack lah. So the system is we call it board pack. There are two common system lah that's familiar in this line is board pack or convene. So we are using board pack. The thing is that to me it's very user friendly, and it's very convenient lah for us, because as administrator our dashboard features is different lah from the directors, the user. So as administrator we just need to upload the document, be it in any format, PowerPoint or PDF or Excel. But when it appeared in the end user, normally they will use iPad lah, because this system is compatible with iPad. So what we call it, the features too will looks like exactly like a booklet tau. So they can flip the page. They can choose the tab that they want to go direct. So it's very convenient lah. But there are still challenges lah, because when we dealing with the boomers generations, there are still requests for a hard copy. That's the challenge lah, for us to moving to a paperless. So that's my experience.
Okay. Same goes similar like board of directors meeting, board pack. There are also systems that records conversations in the parliament, for example. We have handset, for example. Do you know what is handset? Handset is a recording of handset is recording in parliament. For example, they have to record word by word what happened in the parliament. They call it a handset. Handset is a public document, so you can go to the parliament and get access to the handset. This handset need to be produced because before any parliament session, they will have questions coming to by members of the parliament to particular members, other members of the parliament, perhaps a minister or deputy minister, and then the deputy minister will answer it during the parliament session. And then during the parliament, after the parliament session, they have to prepare the answer about 9 days after the parliament session. Prepare the handset. Handset is the recording. So currently we start written, but I'm not sure there is a whether it's implemented in Malaysia or not. There is a technology called natural language processing. where we can capture automated voice recording and then convert it into speech to text, and then the 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 person actually the person who type it need to just correct or validate the wordings and then improve it. So it will be faster rather than typing everything completely. So it's actually sort of automated because we use it natural language processing to prepare the handset. So by the ninth day, it can be completed. It can be and then it can be submitted to the person to the Senate to the Parliament member to be endorsed and approved. So it can be recorded as handset for the Parliament session. Yeah. So same goes like board, maybe back board of directors. It's not that particular because it's not verbatim, but handset need to be verbatim. Yeah.
Oh,
So
I see.
okay.
I never heard about the system, but it's good to explore because we have to prepare the minutes, kan? If
Yeah.
we can record and translate to the document, it will be easier.
Yeah. I was involved in promoting and developing the product back then, old time, long time
Oh,
ago.
okay. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
anybody else want to share? Lam Yu Hong, anything from you?
Yeah, so my company is manufacturing, so I'm the front user. Just about the system, one thing is I want to share is about in overall we don't have any link for the part. So begin from the HR system until our manufacturing ERP system, warehousing, space and capacity, shipment, shipping, and finance. Although we have all the department that have individual like finance, we using SAP. In production, we call LN is similar like ERP. And then in HR, we are using the cloud, we call ESS. But all these system, although we are using, but they don't have any linkage. And we still have a manager individual. And because in our, let's say our managing director view, they more prefer to have one big system to control everything. Like we receive a forecast from customer, then the system will generate the order, and then the production will assume how many headcount we need, and then send the data to HR to recruit how many operator, and then you send the data to the warehouse, how many space we want to have. So actually we didn't find any system have this capability to include all these user lah, all the department user. Yeah, that's what I want to share.
Okay. What you need is a system integrator and a middleware, meaning that data from one system can be fetched, and then you use a middleware to transform it and push it to another system. So in a way, you can integrate the different systems together, and then you have if you have can have a core system to manage all the other subsystems. So and it will seamlessly will be seen as a single system. Okay. Nicholas Liu, anything they want to share?
Actually, because Huawei has sort of invented their own system, which is not maybe as SAP or something else, but it's very similar. So everything we need to do is just go to the website and we can access to all kinds of management system, I would say. So it's very convenient as a staff, because I'm still new to maybe just 5 months there. So it's pretty convenient to us, and we can see all of our applications, like let's say you take a leave or out of office, everything you can see on just that that website that's created by themselves. So it's very convenient to me, very nice.
Indiana, anything from you?
Basically, okay, previously I worked with Maybank. Maybank using a lot of system for their staff. For example, for training, they're using another system, or HR another system. So when I move out to the CIMB Bank, we are using Oracle Cloud. So all of those things that staff need, it's all in one website. So I think it's a good improvement for the CIMB Bank, because the Oracle Cloud, CIMB just buy on last 2 years or last 1 years. So when we move to the Oracle Cloud, we call as Yoda. So many of staff complain how to access, because it's very difficult. But after time to time, we can manage it, and I really like using Yoda compared to the previous. So that's the CIMB innovation for the staff.
Okay. Because actually when there is we will learn later in the change management part, when of course whenever you make changes there will be we call it restraining factors, restraining drive. There is we call it restraining drive that restrain people to accept, and then after a while when you have overcome the restraining drive, the restraining factors, and then people will start accept. Actually it's just changing, only you need to adapt and so on. Okay, it's now 12 for 17. Any other questions that you, or anything, any other thing that you want to raise, want to share, you want to ask? Yeah. And someone came from internal audit just now. Who was from internal audit?
Me, doctor.
Nurul Nabila. Which unit?
Huh?
Which organization?
The RBI Comberhat. So under high things,
The RBI Comberhat, internal audit department.
Yes.
Okay. That is a. So actually, I am an internal auditor actually for quite some time. So actually, one of the job that I almost got into is master creation as an internal auditor. You know master creation?
No.
Okay. Before there is the RBI the diversified resources, they were part of the organization. Master Security belongs to that organization initially. They sell Citroen, the Master Security, and then become diversified resources, and then join the RBI. Okay, but most of the time I was in audit in banks and in public sector. So how do you do? Do you use information system in internal audit?
Yes, but we're using manually.
So you don't use automate.
We audit program manually.
Oh, audit program you do manual audit program. Okay. Okay. Any other question? Okay, if not, it's now 12:20. Okay, we can adjourn for today until we meet next. I think the other class is on the your next class will be on the 22nd May. Okay, until then, for those Muslims, Selamat Hari Raya Aidilfitri.
Baik, doktor.
Baik raya, doktor.
Selamat Raya tu.
Selamat Raya, doktor.
Thank you, Doctor. Selamat Hari Raya.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Doktor Raya kat mana?
Raya sini je, mana boleh travel, tak boleh cross, tak boleh cross negeri.
Doctor, can we have your phone number?
Okay, I write my phone number in the chat.
Okay.
It's easy, 019 to 100 100.
Okay, thank you. So anything I will ask you personally, can I?
Yes. Okay. You can add 019 to 100 100.
we can add you in the chat group.
I think
In group.
I think I'm already in the chat.
Oh, okay.
In the
All right.
WhatsApp.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you, Doctor. See you
Okay,
next
thank you.
class.
Yeah, see you next class.
Thank you, Doctor. Have a nice weekend.
Okay.
Selamat Hari Raya.
Selamat Raya.
Thank you, Doctor. Selamat Raya.
Selamat Raya.